to talk about number 4 first. Number 4, I'm going to erase this part. Okay. Number 4 is like this, right? So I think a lot of people make mistake. It's not because anything else, not because they cannot take integration. They make mistake are the parentheses. So I'm going to talk about that. First of all, xy dy is equal to natural log of x dx. You multiply dx on both sides, and you get rid of x, so y dy is equal to ln of x over x dx. Most of you guys have this. This is called separation of variable. You must have this step. You cannot have without this step. They will not give you the rest of the point. Integration on both sides is going to give you y squared over 2 is equal to u equal to ln of x. Du is equal to 1 over x dx. So that's going to be u x and x du equal to dx. So it'll be x du. So cancel out. Cancel it. So that's going to be y squared over 2 is equal to u squared over 2. So it'll be ln of x 2 square plus c. Now, I purposely make a mistake. Do you see my mistake? Yes, parenthesis. You must have a parenthesis there because without parenthesis, that's a wrong answer. Because that's an argument, because that's u squared. And so a lot of people think they are the same. Ln of x squared, this is equal to 2 ln of x. But ln of x squared, that does not equal to 2 ln of x. That's just going to be ln of x times ln of x. So they are fundamentally different. Fundamentally different. Now, here's the thing. If you integrate both sides, Chase and also pay attention here. If you take integration on both sides at this current moment, in order to faster for you to gain more point right away on AP exam, in order for you to gain more point faster right away, is actually plug in at this moment right here. Plug in. Why do I plug in here and I teach you otherwise? Because we go through me and Anthony went to all the AP exam question. I found one question is better to do it my way. Is actually solving for y than solving for c. But 99% of the time, Anthony was right. He says usually you can get more point by plugging directly at this moment right after you take an integral. So, and that's going to give you a 2 squared over 2 is equal to ln of 1, 2 plus c. C is equal to 2. And then if you got that, y squared over 2 is equal to ln of x 2 plus 2 like this. And then what you can do is you're going to multiply by 2 on both sides. You're going to get same exact answer. Even the c is a little bit different. So your C is probably 4. My C is 2. But my answer are the same as yours. So in this particular case, you might gain more point by finding a C that is in that particular case. The C only impacted after integrations. Only impacted during the integration. That's during the initial conditions plug-in. Yes, Kushan.
So would you get the same score if you were to do it this way versus plugging in at the end?
Yeah, we got the same answer. If you did it, you got the same answer. That was the answer key, both your way and my way. Both the AP way and my way.
So like they won't give you a point for getting the C like differently.
No, C is not. C, remember, is when do you plug in? Initial condition impact the C. So if you did it early, they impact it early, then they may have different variation. But result should show exactly the same. Does that make sense? Another people that everybody's debating about this one, which is y prime minus x e to the y equal to 2e to the y. This one's actually interesting because this one's actually harder. This one's more look like differential equation questions. Um, and this is a y prime. I'm going to write down the dy dx is equal to what? E to the y times 2 plus x dx. Does that make sense? I mean, sorry, not dx yet. I haven't multiplied to the other side. So I multiply dx on the other side. I divided by e to the y on both sides. So it'll be 2 plus x dx. Integration of those. Now, integration of those is going to give you, this one I'm going to rewrite as e to the negative y dy. So u is equal to negative y, du equal to negative dy. And that's going to be e to the u. Yeah, it's supposed to have a u sub here because you can do it without it, but it's much better to do it to show you the work. So that is equal to integration of 2 plus x dx. This is du. Now that's going to be e to the negative y. Negative is equal to 2x plus x squared over 2 plus c. Now I need to get rid of the negative sign before I natural log because I want to get y by itself. Now for me, I'm still going to stick my old way. So I'm going to say multiply everything by negative sign. Minus x squared over 2 plus c still because c is still positive. Now I'm going to do natural log both sides. So if a natural log of e to the negative y is equal to natural log of negative 2x minus x squared over 2 plus c. This cancel out. So that's going to be ln of negative 2x minus x squared over 2 plus c. And I've multiplied negative sign. So that's going to be negative ln of negative 2x minus x squared over 2 plus c. Now, what is c? We can plug in 0, 0 in this case. C is equal to what? C is equal to 1, right? So that's going to be y is equal to negative ln of negative 2x minus x squared over 2 plus 1. If I plug in this moment. Now, if you plug in earlier moment, am I going to get the same answer? I don't know. You can try it.
You did right before you moved the negative of the e over, and I got c equals negative 1, but the same answer.
Yeah. So long as you're being consistent on what you're doing, then you should be fine. Any other questions? Now, some people have a question at the end. So the rate of change in population. So rate of change, y respect to time proportion. So this one is basically the rate of change in population. Y respect to time is going to be dy dt because that's the rate of change respect to time. It's proportional to kt. That means kt. Why? Because it is proportional. If it's an inverse proportion, then it's k over t. If it's a proportional, that's going to be k over t. We're going to talk about this particular question tomorrow, which is, you guys know the equation PERT. Do you guys know the equation PERT for AP chemistry?
It's nothing. Remember what? Yeah, it's like the pressure, energy, rate, time.
No, it's the exponential decay.
Yeah.
Of a half-life. You use a PRT. Yeah, but we're gonna talk about that is respect to time. The rate of change in population respect to time. Dy dt is equal to kt. For the next one, dp dt is equal to cube of population. So it'll be p to the third, but it's also times k. K is always there. K is called constant of proportionality. For you guys don't know, K is constant proportionality. We're going to talk about that in a second, but we're going to talk about this. More important question is this one. dy dx equal to 6x squared y to the 0 is equal to 4. So today your homework is going to have small plot twists. Not all the questions like this. Some questions gonna have a small plot twist here. So what I do usually, I'm gonna say dy equal to 6x squared y dx. I didn't do anything different. I need to make sure y is on the left side, but this time I have to what? I have to divide or multiply. Divide, thank you. So this is the first time you've seen y on the bottom. So remember, if you do integration of 1 over square root y, this one is going to give you what? Integration of y to the negative half dy. Does that make sense? Just move up, do power rule, right? But this one's going to be y to the 1 half and 2 plus c. This is, for example, this is a separate cases. Now, if I integration of dy over y, can I move to the top? But what do I do after that? Yeah. Yes. So this one is going to be undefined, right? Because you're going to have y to 0 over 0 plus c. So this has to be ln of y, right? When something over y to the first power has to be absolute value ln of absolute value y. So this one is going to be integration. Here is going to be ln of y is equal to 6x cubed over 3 plus c. And then that's going to be ln of y equal to 2x cubed plus c. Now, you didn't see anything different than the stuff you didn't know. So far, yesterday, you should be able to get to this part. Now, the last part is where it's slightly plot twist. How do we get rid of natural log? Not times e, it's e to the power. So e to the ln of y equal to e to the 2x cubed plus c. Not times. When you say it right. Because you're e to the power of ln of y. Now this 2 can cancel out right now. So be y equal to e to the 2x cubed plus c. Now realize the c is not on the bottom anymore. The c is the exponent. So this is the plot twist part. When you have to involve the e to the both side, the c is going to be on the exponents. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use the exponent rule. Remember, a to the m times a to the n equal to a to the m plus n. Now, I'm going to go backwards. So e to the 2x cubed times e to the c. Is that okay so far? Now, remember, e to the c is just another constant. Think about it. E to the 2. That's another constant. So we're going to call the constant as c, or better yet, we can call it k if we wanted to. So some people, you can say call it c, some people say call it k, it doesn't really matter. So y equal to k e to the 2x cubed. It's some type of number that we know that's e to the c, or we can call it c. I call it c, some AP rubric called it k. Then now you plug in, yes. Now you plug in here. So you plug in the initial condition, which is, I have no idea what is it. Y0 equal to 4. So this one's 4 equal to e to the 0 k. So k is equal to 4. But remember, now it's going to be 4e to the 2x cubed y. So instead of plus something, now it becomes the coefficient in front of functions. Now, not all question has that. It's the one that you have to e to the both sides. So you're gonna say, is it all question like this? No, only some questions, and you got to figure out which one.
Is the second page our homework?
Yep. Can you figure out which one is it? By looking, I skimmed through all this thing. Can you tell me which one that you have to worry about this case? Yes. There's one more.
4 or
5 is right. 4 is 4 is 2.
Also, no, not.
3 is not. Yes. So Kushang is seeing things a lot faster than other people. That's good. The problem is his preciseness, which is okay. So get to work. All second page is your homework.
How did you get like k equals 4? Is it just
I
because
plug in e to the 0.
so that's just 1?
E to the 0 is 1, so k is 0.
It's because e to the 1.